So I finished the other book in the X-Files Origin series. It's a duology, but each one is separate. This one actually really does take place first, but one doesn't really have anything to do with the other except that the people in this book visit the town that the other one is based in. That's pretty much it. So spoilers if you read the other one first like I did. Anyway, this one follows Fox Mulder when he's about 17, just almost 18. He moves with his dad to DC after his sister's abducted when he was younger. His dad and his mom have problems from that, you know, shit happens. So now he's in DC. He makes friends with this kid named Gimbal. Gimbal's a hardcore D&D person. His dad is a shut-in conspiratorial ex-army, or is he Air Force? Air Force. Ex-Air Force tinfoil hat wearing person. Aliens. It's all about aliens. It won't be aliens without the Smoking Man. And of course the Smoking Man comes back up because why the hell not? Anyway, this has a lot more to do with the Smoking Man and trying to push Fox into the direction to see the conspiracy that is happening, the aliens that are coming down, the setup in the treaty with the aliens, how that all starts with the conspiracy people, the syndicate. It's the beginnings of the syndicate and everything, and his dad going away on trips. Anywho, so what kicks everything off in this book is that Fox is out jogging and he comes across a crime scene where there is a child who had been murdered and set up in this ritualistic way. Him being the curious person that he is, he wants to get a glimpse of the body and sees really cool things. Anyway, the bigger picture is that things about that mimicked what happened to his sister. Now, if you remember from the show, his sister disappears. He's with her in the living room. The lights go out. He blacks out somehow, and then he wakes up some minutes later and his sister's gone. Same thing happens to the kid in this, except the kid showed up dead 8 days later. So that leads Fox to think, well, maybe if that person's kidnapped and killed them, then that boy was a boy and a girl and another boy, yeah. Then maybe it was his sister too. So he goes on, of course, this deep dive of trying to profile before profiling was really a thing, or it was just kicking off to be a thing. Gimbal helps him. Gimbal's a very nice friend to deal with Fox as a teenager, because Fox as an adult, where he digs his heels in, he has the idea of something that he's tracking down, he's not going to hear otherwise. It's the exact same thing as a teenager. Although maybe worse as a teenager, because teenagers are kind of worse. If you recall being one. I do. So Gimbal's on his side. Gimbal introduces him to his dad. Gimbal's dad is ex-Air Force and an absolute tinfoil hat wearing conspiratorial person with full-on map and red strings marking different events that are happening. But all of it is based around this fantasy novel that Gimbal's mom was super obsessed with, and his mom died in a car wreck. Spoilers. His mom died in a car wreck. I'll try to make it less spoilery. And his dad became super obsessed and then started like reading the book in an obsessive way that he has like dozens and dozens of copies stashed all over the house, and is seeing things in the book as clues and whatnot to this greater conspiracy outside. Gimbal's dad actually met the Smoking Man and saw aliens, if you believe Gimbal's dad. It's kind of the whole point of the X-Files. We're going to give you all these clues and tell you what to think, but in the end, it's still open for interpretation, right? It's exactly, the truth is out there and you have to find it. So Mulder starts spiraling and spiraling. His old childhood friend Phoebe comes and visits him from when he used to live, was it Martha's Vineyard or something like that? Or no, I can't remember. With his mom and his parents before they split. She comes up and she's the person who intellectually can keep up with him, but also puts her foot down as like, you're going off the deep end and I need to reel you in. You're going too far. You need to think logically about this. Which kind of works, except then she ends up going with him and they start tracking down the killer, which leads them to like this cult or occult type. More, they go to the city that Dana's book is set in, or town, I guess it would be, to this little spiritual shop, and there's this whole group of people that also believe in that fantasy book that Gimbal's dad did. It really comes full circle. Anyway, they start talking about, oh, we had this member, he was just way too over the top, so we kicked him out. And they go, oh, wow, that's exactly the person we're looking for. So they hunt him down. 3 teenagers hunt down this guy who's probably a murderer and get caught by the guy. Well, Mulder does, because he just can't help but step foot into this guy's house in the middle of the night without really checking if anybody's there. Good job, Fox. Anyway, so his friends peel off, whatever. There's the smoky man who has a sidekick who's keeping tabs on Fox, and it's just a web of things happening. But everything does actually happen. It has to do with the occult stuff happening in this book. It has to do with somebody who's chaos and somebody who's law, and law keeps in control of the chaos. It's a whole entire thing. Anyway, so he figures out who the killer is, saves some other kids' lives, except that's not the only killer. He has an accomplice. Overall, it's Mulder being Mulder, except as a teenager, and way more angsty. Oh man, is he angsty. Kid was butting heads with dad. But his friend is really funny. Gimbal is just, he's that sarcastic, nerdy sidekick completely, and then Phoebe is the matriarch who leads them, because they're both nincompoops, basically. If you enjoyed the first one, if you didn't read the Dana, which is technically the second one, if you did read it, you'll like this. If you haven't read it, you should read this and then read that one, because even though he goes to the town that the other one's based in, he doesn't meet Dana, even though she's there. So it's like interesting that they could have crossed paths when they were teenagers, but they didn't. Read it. Enjoy the X-Files as a teenager. It is very fun. Very much wish there was actually a lot more. I wish there was a lot more X-Files books, because I need more and more and more. Anywho, if you read it, let me know if you thought it was good. I give it a solid 4 out of 5.